Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. I want to give you guys a quick update. I'm in between clients now, so this is probably only going to be 2 or 3 minutes, but I wanted to show you what I was looking at. So first of all, on the MACD here, we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, we've had a crossover right here to the positive. The histogram started to flip over. So like we talked about last night, we need continued follow through, and do you see how this volume has been increasing? That's exactly what we wanted to see. And we also broke through this resistance line of around $134 or so. So we've been up above that. And guys, what I pulled here was a Fibonacci retracement. So from this run, I pulled right here from the lowest point. And if I can get in here, let me get out the MACD there. Okay, so I pulled from this lowest point right here, and I took it all the way up. And what you can kind of expect here with this run, a lot of the times we'll have a pullback to the 236 before we make a continued run, or sometimes the 382 if it's a deeper correction, the 0.5. So we definitely could see us come back here and then maybe test the top of this right here, that resistance that we had that's now become supported around 133, 134. So we definitely could have a little bit of a pullback, because you can see these wicks right here that are forming, and what that means is people are taking profits up here. So people have taken some profits, and we're going to continue to see where this closes, because if this closes, this 4-hour candle up above here, obviously that's still a good sign. We're still moving up. But I just want to tell you kind of about the retracements. And one way we can kind of test that, let's take a look over here at this one and see how much this retraced last time it ran up. Okay, guys, so we're just going to take from that low point there. We're going to pull up to there, to the high point, and as you can see, we retraced down past even the 786 here. So when we had that big run up, then we had a nice pullback, and that's what I want people to be careful of here, because we could have this run up and we could still have a pullback. And the most common numbers, a lot of people put their buy orders around the 50%, some, if you're trying to get even a better deal, the 618. So these are the numbers that we really want to see. We want to see us hold this 130 as well. I don't want to drop back down below 130. That's a really big deal. So really pay attention to these Fibonacci numbers. And you saw how we had this run, and then how we just kept breaking through. We broke through the 382, then we broke the 50, and then we broke down through the 618, and then we went down to the 786 here, and you can see how we kind of flirted around with it with all these lines that came down, these wicks, if that makes sense. We tested it, then we've tested it a few times, we actually broke down through it, and then we came back up through it, and we traveled in this channel. So be very aware of the Fibonacci levels. Let's continue to see some really big volume to come in here, guys. And I was just giving you just a warning that we could have this pullback. Obviously, we could keep going because we've been so oversold, if that makes sense. And then let's check here. Let's check the MACD on the weekly and the daily just to see what's going on here. So indicators. And I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday morning. All right. So as you can see on the weekly, how low we are, even on the histogram here, how far we've been underneath, just like that. But you can see how we're starting to hook a little bit. It looks like we could start to flatten out a hair, which is good. Then let's check the daily on the MACD. And on the daily, we have had that cross. And right here, guys, if you can tell, whenever it looks like it's starting to get to that point where it's going to cross, right there, and then it does cross, what happened? We had that volume come back in and we went up. So that's why these crosses and this MACD is so important, because when you see this cross and then continued follow through, that means it's going to continue to run a little bit here. And this is a really solid candle here on the daily. If we could close up above this right here, that would be absolutely phenomenal, because we've also broken out of that downtrend there. So that's really important as well. A lot of times when you break out of downtrends, you'll have a little bit of a run, and sometimes it'll run up and then it'll come back and it'll test this line again. But what we're seeing right now is really positive, guys. I'm really excited about it. But just remember to have a plan in place, because pullbacks always happen. God bless each and every one of you, and I just pray you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay in the books, stay studying. Romans 10:13.